Hey, what's going on, everybody? V-Dub here, and welcome to the coin toss video here. We just got done completing week 16 of the NFL season, and we have some pretty interesting results from yesterday's Christmas games, actually. I mean, anybody who watched probably already knew about the Raider defenses coming in and totally dominating that game against the Chiefs in a very unexpected upset victory, which I'm very happy as a Raider fan. Keeps our hopes alive for winning the faint playoff hopes alive, and also even fainter hopes of winning the AFC West. But the Chiefs are on a little bit of a slide. I don't know if that's going to happen in real life. In the coin toss video 2 weeks ago, we saw two division leaders going into that final 4 weeks. We did weeks 15 through 18. We saw the Lions and the Chiefs not only not win their division, but miss the playoffs totally, completely. The Vikings won the NFC North, but we all know that's not happening because 2 weeks later, the Lions end up with the NFC North, their first ever NFC North division championship. But their first division title since 1993 when it was the NFC Central. And then Denver ended up winning the AFC West on the last game, beating my Raiders. And I believe Miami ended up with the top overall seed in the AFC. And by the way, they got a huge game coming up, as you can see here, against Baltimore. Baltimore wins. They win the North as well as they win the top seed in the AFC. Niners have to win out. Despite their loss, they win out. They get the top seed in the NFC. They already got the West. The North's already been decided. The South is yet to be decided in the NFC. Same with the East. And no divisions have been settled yet for the AFC side. But I know Miami and Baltimore for sure are in the playoffs. I see in the AFC, you got Baltimore, Miami, KC, Jacksonville, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Indy right now sitting in those playoff spots. In the NFC, you got San Francisco, Philly, Detroit, Tampa, Dallas, the Rams, and the Seahawks right now. So we are going to, without further ado, we're going to do a coin toss here. And we're going to start off with Thursday Night Football. Here. There we go. I want to hear that big sound. So we got tails. It is. The Jets will get the upset. Cleveland still remains in that 5th spot, but Baltimore will win the NFC North just by that virtue. So Baltimore could have the division title before the end of Thursday night. And now we go to Saturday night's Lions-Cowboys game. Let's see, Lions and the Cowboys. Tails it is, and the Lions will get the win. Now, Lions momentarily pull up to the 1 spot. Wow, that's kind of interesting. They now move ahead for that. Oh, wait a minute, because it's by half a game. Here's the big game in the AFC coming up. Miami wins, they win the East. Baltimore wins, they will get the top seed in the AFC. Heads, tails. Heads it is, and Miami will end up as the number 1 seed. Let me see here. Patriots, Bills from Buffalo. Let's see here. Still a big one because it's heads, and guess what? The Bills still remain in that 6th spot, but guess what? They could still win the AFC East if they upset Miami next week in Miami. So Miami could still be relegated to play on the road. Bears, Falcons, and this is a huge game for both teams because I believe both teams are still vying for playoffs. I definitely know the Falcons still have a chance of the NFC South, but I still believe the Bears might have a small chance of the wild card. I'm not sure. As you can see here, the coin flip, it is heads, and that is huge because now the Buccaneers, if they could pull off the upset against the Saints, and let's try that. Now, I should say the upset, but now let's go to the Saints and the... Let's go to Saints and the Bucks, because now the Bucks with a win will get the NFC South and we'll get the 4th seed. Let me see here, and we go to heads, and the Buccaneers will get that 4th spot in the NFC because they win the NFC South now that the Falcons lost. And now here's another big game because both teams are still in playoff hunt. I mean, Indy's in the 7th seed. The Raiders is the 11th seed right now, but still have faint playoff hopes. And this is going to be huge. Here we go. And heads it is. I think the Raiders are now eliminated, and the Colts momentarily move into the 4th seed. Let me see. The Panthers, Jaguars. I mean, for the Chicago Bears, they're hoping for a Jaguars victory. Here we go. We got tails, and the Panthers will get the win. And that momentarily knocks Jacksonville out of a playoff spot. Because we got the Titans who are already eliminated against the Texans. And we got heads, and the Texans win. And guess what? The Texans stay in that 7th spot for a little bit. We got the Rams and the New York Giants. This game's still meaningful for the Rams as they're heading into a playoff spot, and the New York Giants will pull off the upset by the coin toss. And this is it. The Eagles and the Cardinals. A chance for the Eagles to clinch the NFC East. And they will do exactly that. Clinching the NFC East. So the Cowboys will be relegated to that 5th spot. Could probably still slide depending on how Seattle does the rest of the way. Oh, no, wait a minute. I think Dallas, because Dallas did beat Seattle, so never mind. Never mind. They don't own the tiebreaker. But now we'll go to the Niners and the Commanders, and that's a huge one because... And there's tails, and the Niners do win that one, and look at that, in that 3-way tie, and it looks like the Lions are now the 2 seed, and I think it's because of better conference record, I believe, because I don't think the Lions and the Eagles ever played each other, but they will definitely probably play each other next year. You see Seahawks, Bengals, and that's a huge one because both teams are vying for a wild card spot still. And there's tails right there, and the Steelers keep their playoff hopes alive. Seattle now falls to the 7th seed. And the Steelers are at 9-7, but they still have playoff hopes alive. And this will be it. Let's see here. Kansas City, Cincinnati. And Kansas City will get the AFC West. That means this is a meaningless matchup between the... Actually, no, it's not kind of meaningless because I think the Broncos still have a faint shot at the wild card, but can't get the division. And it's heads there, so that means the Chargers... I mean, they're already eliminated, but the Broncos, I know, are at 8-8. I still think they have a shot. Actually, no, I think they could be eliminated because Houston is the 7th seed. And Houston did beat the Broncos, so I think the Broncos are virtually eliminated, mathematically eliminated, because they don't own a tiebreaker over the Texans. So I think that loss against New England very, very well hurt them. Or could still hurt them in the grand scheme of things to come. Vikings, Packers. A game for both teams need. And let's see here. Tails it is, and the Packers will go into US Bank Stadium and get the win, and they now jump into that 6th seed over the Rams and the Seahawks. So we go look down here. Let me see. As I said, Detroit has that division. Tampa Bay now has a division. San Francisco has a division, and so does Philadelphia. So division-wise, every team has clinched, but we still have 1 through 3 to decide because Tampa's going to be stuck in that 4th spot. Let's see here. Miami and Buffalo, chance to win the division. Baltimore and Cleveland. Baltimore has that division. Jacksonville still in it for the division. I think they still own the 3-way tiebreaker. I'm not sure. But Indy and Houston, though, they play each other, so we're going to get that game. So we're going to have that game after the Jacksonville game. Kansas City wins the AFC West, and Miami and Buffalo. So let's see now for wild cards. Let's see for positioning now. Let me see. Meaningless game. Oh, no, it's not meaningless, I should say. Seattle and Arizona. Game being played in Arizona. And the coin toss will go to the Arizona Cardinals, which means the Seattle Seahawks are eliminated. And let me see, Niners, Rams. This is a huge one because... And the Rams will get the upset win at SoFi Stadium. Momentarily puts them in the 6th seed. And let's see here. We have the Lions and the Vikings. And I think as I said, I think the Vikings are virtually eliminated. I'm not sure. But we'll see, though. And that's the thing. These are just like coin toss generated. So, and this game is being played at Ford Field. And the Lions will lose that game. So that puts Philadelphia momentarily in the top spot. But yeah, the Vikings were eliminated because you don't see them moving up at 8 and 9. At 8 and 9, but still though, we got Bears and the Vikings. Let me see here. The Bears at 7 and 9. The Vikings at 8 and 9. So I think the Bears may not, or I don't know how it works yet, because the Bears are playing the Packers. And that game is in Lambeau. And it's tails, and the Bears will walk out of Lambeau with a win. No, the Vikings will get that 7th spot. Okay. Never mind. As I said, this is a crazy generator here. So the Vikings will still get that tiebreaker anyway. So now let's look at it here. Now let's go to the NFC East. The Commanders, Cowboys. Meaningless because the Eagles have the East in this. And the Cowboys will be staying in that 7th spot no matter what, or 5th spot no matter what. And they'll go 10 and 7. Now let's go to the Eagles, Giants. And this is still kind of meaningful because Philly gets the top seed in the NFC if they win. If they lose, San Francisco gets the top seed. Or let's see, actually. So we get heads, and the Giants will pull off the upset in this one. And indeed, the 49ers do get the top spot in the NFC. So that is it for all the NFC matches. And let's go to the NFC South because these are meaningless games no matter what. So let me see. We saw Carolina. Carolina will get the win. They might have screwed themselves out of getting the Bears a top pick. I mean, because Carolina does not, because Chicago owns Carolina's draft pick, first round pick, I should say, because of the trade with Bryce Young to get Bryce Young. So that's it. And then Saints, Falcons. Game being played in New Orleans. Tails it is, and the Falcons. Wow, the Falcons win, actually, believe it or not, puts the Lions into that 2 spot. Wow. Probably because of like strength of scheduling or something. That is really interesting. A lot of flip-flopping here. As I said, I don't get the whole formula tiebreakers, except for maybe like the head-to-head and then the better divisional record, but the additional tiebreakers I really don't get. Of course, I do get the better conference record too. But as I said, I don't get the whole divisional stuff. And now let's go to the, I believe, yeah, we're done with the NFC. Now we got to go, now we're going to the AFC. Let's start off with the West because that's been wrapped up already. Chiefs and the Chargers. Chargers will get the win, but it doesn't matter anyway. Or maybe it does. Maybe Indianapolis still might have a shot at getting the 3rd seed. I don't know. But we'll see, though. And then we're going to go to Raiders-Broncos. Tails it is, and the Broncos will get the win. But I still think Antonio Pierce should get the... as a Raider fan, I think Antonio Pierce should still get the job in Vegas. That's just me, though. And now we go to the AFC North, which still has some kind of meaning here. Let's see here now. The Browns, I think, should be in safely. We'll see, though. Browns at Bengals. Still kind of has some meaning, I think. No, actually, I don't think. The Bengals will get the win, though, but... Oh, wow, that now drops... but then again, the Bills have not played yet, but the Browns do drop to the 6th seed. I don't see them dropping out. Especially the fact that they did beat Houston this past weekend, so that would they win the tiebreaker over them. And now Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Does Pittsburgh move into a spot? Should they pull off the upset? And they do. It's tails. And not only does Pittsburgh get in right now, I think they should be in, but they leapfrog Cleveland for the 7th spot. And let me see now. I believe there's only 3 more meaningful matches, I think. Let's start off with the East. We'll go with the Jets and the Patriots at Foxborough, since that's meaningless. Heads it is, and the Patriots will win. Let me see. They finished their season off at 5-12. The Jets still finished ahead of them. Okay. Jets finished 7-10, and that's kind of a miracle without Aaron Rodgers. And now here's the big one, the AFC East Championship. Who will be the AFC East champions? Who will get that home game? It is tails, and Buffalo will sweep the Dolphins. Buffalo will get the 2 seed. Miami will be going to the AFC South champions. Let's see. Or could still have to go to Arrowhead. I don't know, depending on how this goes. Let me see. The Texans are 9-7. The Colts are 9-7. But let's go to... Let's go to Titans Jags first. And the Jags will get the game. 9-8. And this is it. They're 9-8. So I think this is definitely Yeah, Jacksonville's not going to the playoff because both teams are 9-7, and Jacksonville can't leapfrog them. Can't leapfrog the winner of this game unless it was a tie. But even a tie, I think, tie would give Indianapolis in this situation the division. But I think this is it. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser goes home. And let's see here. Tails it is. And it is the Houston Texans that will win the AFC South. And they will host the Miami Dolphins. Miami chokes that division away on this coin toss. Pittsburgh does not make it. Pittsburgh does make it. Indianapolis, gone. Jacksonville does not make it. In the AFC side. In the NFC side, let's see here. Seattle was in it. They don't make it. Green Bay sat in the spot for a second, but Minnesota will get in as a wild card at 8-9. After the Bears pulled off the upset, the Buccaneers won the South. So, the ending of the regular season will be as followed. In the AFC, Baltimore the top seed, Buffalo 2, Kansas City 3, Houston 4, Miami 5, Pittsburgh 6, and Cleveland 7. In the NFC, San Francisco will get the 1 seed, Detroit 2, Philly 3, Tampa 4, Dallas 5, the Rams 6, and the Minnesota Vikings 7. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, I'm kind of confused with some of the tiebreakers, but I kind of find it fun to do a coin toss here to see how things will turn out. It should be a very fun final 2 weeks of the regular season in the NFL, starting on this Thursday with the Browns and the Jets. And then we'll end, I don't know which game will end the regular season because we don't know what's going to be the final Sunday night game of the season because that probably will not get announced until this upcoming Sunday night. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to also watch the Content Creator Basketball Association, which I'm doing videos of. I will have live videos most of the time at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific time over on twitch.tv/Vida Productions. But if you can't make that live stream, I will post VOD replays of those games. So I kind of want to see you guys get engaged too. And for those who are not familiar with it, the Content Creator Basketball Association is basically 30 teams on NBA 2K24 that I've created from content creators that I either am friends with or follow a lot. And there's like 29 different teams plus the one I created for myself. I'll leave the playlist on the end card video coming up for you guys to watch. But until then, tell me what you guys think about this coin toss stuff. And I want to thank you guys very much for tuning in. You guys take care. Peace out, Pisons. And I hope you guys had a great holiday and have a safe new year too, guys. Don't drink and drive.